gentlemen, and welcome to the Taxpayer'S Show. People call me Shaner. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to the people that watched the last episode, and the count 'em, 5 subscribers. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Thank you. And I think we're up to 56 views, and I think 4 of those are actually me clicking on them myself. Anyways, lots going on in the world. Trying to make sense of it. Can't keep up with it. It happens overnight. Next thing you know, you wake up in the morning and all hell's breaking loose. Everything going on in Iran. They're bombing the shit out of it. Israel bombed some of the oil plants there, and some of the oil, it's caught fire, is leaked into the sewage systems, and you can literally see the fire in the sewers, like coming up through the sewer systems down the streets. It's insane. So anyways, the only thing I can make sense out of it is oil production is come to a halt in many areas, and there's a lot of countries that are needing oil and LNG, and right now, you know, they're asking Canada, hey, what have you got? What can you give us? And right now it's like, you know what? We would be able to give it to you if we didn't have the Liberals just shutting everything down for the last 11 frickin' years. We could be making money hand over fist and helping our friends around the globe. Anyways, that's what today's episode is about, and I'm going to share some clips of POILIEVRE over in Europe, I guess over last week, and he had some speeches on the weekend, and they speak for themselves. I'm only going to paraphrase what he says, and I might as well just play the clips and shut up myself. And here we go. If I can set this up, give me a minute. You know, I'm not a pro at this yet. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, I screwed it up again.
This is a Forum Daily Update. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre presented Canada as a reliable energy partner to a German audience amid global uncertainty. While speaking in Berlin, Poilievre highlighted Canada's role as a stable LNG supplier. His European trip has also included meetings with business leaders and conservative counterparts in the UK. In his prepared remarks, Poilievre noted that the conflict in Iran has driven energy prices sharply higher in Europe, a challenge Germany could mitigate by sourcing more liquefied natural gas from Canada.
While you did sign, and I don't blame you for signing, a supply agreement with Qatar, a country that is located in a volatile region of the world, just the other day, the Qatari LNG plant was struck with a drone from Iran, limiting its export capability and driving up the price of natural gas by 25% almost immediately. That will hit industry and consumers here with higher prices. Free nations should not have to rely on less stable suppliers when a trusted ally sits on abundant reserves. Canada can be your supplier. We will earn that role. My future government is going to take the words of Elvis Presley, a little less conversation, a little more action, please, in getting the job done.
Join me on weekdays for more news on Forum Daily.
My future government. Let's hope so. But you know what? Carney, if he gets off his ass, he could be the man. He could be the man. He repeals all these stupid laws that Trudeau put in, and just unleashes the potential that we have here in our country. He could be the man for a long time to come. Anyway, let's move on to the next one here. Sorry, folks. This is in real time here.
The world is in an energy scramble, and I'm at the hub of that scramble here in Germany. I'm in Hamburg, which is the biggest port in the country and the third biggest in the European continent. Behind me is the infrastructure to import oil from around the world. This is the place where the storage tanks and the fuel depots take the oil and distribute it right across Germany. But, of course, all of Europe is in a panic right now because the Middle Eastern war has actually interrupted the supply of energy that powers Europe. Europe, for example, is buying natural gas from Qatar. Qatar supplies 20% of the world's LNG. It's been hit by the Iranians and its production has ground to a halt. The Strait of Hormuz, which moves 20% of the world's oil, as you can see from this diagram, has actually seen its traffic grind to a halt due to threats from the Iranian regime to hit those tankers. Canada can be the solution to this, and the price is right. Oil prices are up 20%. In Europe, gas prices are up 50%. We should be taking advantage of the high price in order to provide paychecks for our people while we fuel the freedom of our friends. And that is why I'm calling today for Canada to enact an emergency energy production plan to immediately unlock our potential to supply the world with reliable, ethical, and democratically produced energy sources, including oil and gas. We could be supplying the gas to this region. For example, gas in Canada is trading at about $1.80 per million metric British thermal units. It's $15 over here, almost 10 times higher. We could quadruple our price and still give massive discounts to our European friends, lowering their costs and increasing our paychecks and production. But to do that, we need to unblock our resource sector. The emergency energy production plan that I'm proposing would repeal the anti-development law C-69. It would repeal C-48, the ban on shipping off the west coast of BC. It would get rid of the industrial carbon tax and move towards 6 months permits so we can turn our projects around quickly. It would use the constitutionally entrenched powers of the federal government to get permits granted, and it would pre-permit zones for LNG liquefaction plants so that industry could come using private money knowing they already have a permit to liquefy that gas, put it on a ship, send it over here to Europe, where we can turn dollars to dictators and into paychecks for our people.
No dictators.
My friends, we have an incredible advantage over the Americans with shorter shipping distance and colder weather to liquefy that gas. We have the brilliant workers and the trillions of dollars of investment. What we need to do is get the government out of the way, rapidly grant permits, and supply our friends with the energy they need. Let's fuel our friends and power our paychecks all at once. In that way, we will be stronger at home and have unbreakable leverage abroad.
All right, let's just pause for a minute. All right, before we go any further, let's take a minute. Swig of fake beer for all you hard-working people out there. This is not a sponsor, but today this is PC Blonde Brew. Blah, blah, blah. Trying to drink more of the fake beers and lose weight. Working slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley, but Shirley was my grandmother. So let's process all this from Pierre. Totally different than what liberals sound like. Totally opposite than what Carney says, sounding like a buffoon all over the world. Does this not sound like a feasible plan? Let's use our resources. Let's sell our resources. Let's make money. Let's not live in poverty. Let's not have 2.2 million people across this nation use food banks when it's not necessary. Let's not have people living in tents. Let's not have people losing their homes, losing their jobs. Like, what was the last count? Close to like 100,000 jobs lost in the last year? That's insane. Companies closing down, moving to the States, left, right, and center. I forget the company, but it was an oil company in BC, in Alberta, that just paused an $8 billion expansion program because they don't know how badly they're going to be taxed to death on the damn project. They're waiting to see what Ottawa's going to do. They're not going to put another dime into this thing until they know what Ottawa's going to do to them. Ottawa needs to cut the taxes and let private enterprise take over, do what it's supposed to do, invest, create jobs, create prosperity, create money for people to spend. That tax money, the taxes raised from the money spent on people being able to buy more, purchasing power. That's where you make your money. But I don't know, I'm stupid. Yet half the country disagrees with me. I don't know. Everybody complains that the healthcare needs an overhaul, and we want all these other social services. Everybody wants the dental care. They all want this. They all want that. They all want this. And it's got to come from somewhere. And you can't just keep borrowing money and never pay it back and expect generations after us to somehow clean up the mess. It's not going to happen. We could be very prosperous within the next few years if we just unlock the resources that we have right under our feet. Why is that so hard? It makes no sense to me. We won't transport oil from one coast to the other in our own country, but we will import it from another country. How does that make sense? And spend more oil and gas shipping it here. I don't know. All right, gotta stop thinking. Let's look at this fire here. Let's think of the beautiful weather. I don't know where you are, but where I am today, it was a gorgeous day. The sun is shining, the sky is blue. I drove up to the store to get some groceries, and I had the window down in my car, and it was just gorgeous. I think it was like, got up to 15, feeling like 9 or 10. Just gorgeous. Gonna do some barbecue. Snow's pretty much melted in the driveway. It's actually mucky out there. You can smell the mud, and it just smells like spring. I know it's only a teaser, but just bring it on. My favorite thing to do in life is to sit there on the patio with my partner and our dogs and spend mornings having coffee, afternoons and evenings having drinks and barbecuing and listening to tunes and just enjoying being outside. Can't wait. It's my favorite thing, and I'm going to make sure that I enjoy it more and more and more every precious moment. It is my greatest blessing, and I just can't wait for it. All right, so we're coming to the end of this episode because I want to get outside and enjoy a bit more of the sunshine. So as we always do here, let's end the episode with a couple of fake laughs. All right, so here's a moaner. I've been teaching my dog to fetch tools from my workshop. He's not perfect, but he knows the drill. My father was a conjoined twin. His brother was my uncle on my father's side, once removed. Oh boy. I might have to get rid of this feature on future podcasts. Let's see here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think about today's topic. Leave your comments. Please like, subscribe, and do all that jazz. And thank you very much for watching. Once again, you've been a dynamite audience, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Until next time.